Hi, I'm Nicole. As an allied health professional, I'm pretty busy with work and life. But as an AMT member, I know I need to keep my certification current. And part of that is tracking my continuing education hours. That's why I use AMTrax. AMTrax is the online system that makes it convenient to document your certification related activities that you need for your employer and credentialing agency, and it keeps track of your progress in complying with the AMT Certification Continuation Program, also known as CCP. In this short segment, I'll share some tips on entering and tracking your points for CCP and how to do it through AMTrax. Okay, let's go. I recently attended a seminar that's worth one CCP point, and I'm going to enter it into my AMTrax account. I start at the AMT website, click on My Homepage up at the top, and log in to my member account. Everybody certified by AMT has an account with a personal homepage. For most people, your username is your email address, and your password is your AMT ID, unless you changed it. Now I'm logged into my homepage. This is where I manage everything related to my AMT account. I'm going to enter my CE information from the seminar I mentioned, but first I'm going to make sure that the date of that education activity falls within the dates of my current 3-year CCP cycle. To do that, I'm going to look at my certification and membership status to check my current certification and 3-year CCP cycle start and end dates. My CCP cycle starts January 14th, 2017 and ends February 1st, 2020. The seminar I'm claiming credit for falls within these cycle dates, so I will be able to enter CCP points for this activity. If you need to see how many CCP points are required or how many you've already earned for this cycle, check out your CCP summary. To see what education activities are already recorded, you can hit the orange AMTrax button to see your AMTrax transcript. This transcript is just like your school transcript. It shows the details about the CCP points you've earned. You might also see activities from previous CCP cycles. What I really like is when my points automatically transfer into my AMTrax account. That happens when I successfully complete any AMT online education programs like STEP or on-demand courses. Okay, now that I made sure that my education activity falls within my certification cycle and it's not already on my transcript because I didn't take it online with AMT, I'm going to record it through AMTrax. I'm going to click on Add Activity. Now, before choosing an activity type from the first drop-down box, let's look at my certificate of attendance. You can see that the name of the seminar and the date and the length of the program are all listed on the certificate. These are the items that are required by AMT as proof of completion. I don't need to submit the paperwork to AMT, but I do keep it in case I am audited. I'll explain more about that in a minute. Back to choosing an activity type. Open the drop-down box and take a look at the activity types to find the one that describes your activity. How do you choose? Well, you pick an activity type. When you pick one, an explanation box will open with the description. Select a category for your activity and enter the number of points awarded. My seminar is 1 hour of professional education. And because AMT awards 1 point for each hour of CE, I'm going to award myself 1 point. I also entered the start and end date. It's optional, but you can enter a title and location for your activity to make your transcript more helpful to you. What is not optional is that you must click the box to attest that the information you are providing is true and correct, and that you understand the CCP requirements. Then press Submit, and the information is immediately updated. It shows in the AMTrax transcript right away. By the way, if you have questions about whether an education activity will count, or if you don't know what category to put it in, pick up the phone and call AMT. Better to do it while it's fresh in your mind. From this page, you can add another activity if you want. This is also where you can view or print your transcript using date ranges. When I earn and enter the required number of CCP points for the year, I'm automatically marked as compliant and do not have to complete and submit any paper forms. Okay, so my new CE is recorded through my AMTrax file, but I'm not done. I have to keep some proof that I actually participated in the CE activity. This is a good practice in general and needed both for my employer and my certification. When I enter my CE information into AMTrax, I'm attesting to the fact that I participated in the activity. Then my attestation is electronically on file with AMT, but I'm still responsible for coming up with the proof if asked. So just to be clear, I don't need to submit paper proof to AMT that I got all my CE points. However, earlier I mentioned an audit. Every year, AMT audits a percentage of members and asks us to provide proof of our CE activity. If I get contacted for an AMT audit, I do have to produce evidence of completing CE. So what I do is I take the certificate I earned and I drop it into my AMT hard copy file. I make sure that I have all the important information on each item. After all, I'm attesting or giving my word that I did in fact participate in this education. I make sure to include the certificate or transcript, the date it happened, the title, the CEUs or contact hours, and any other program information I might have. And I hang on to my hard copies for 1 year past my 3-year certification cycle. Here's another helpful hint for record keeping. If you're leaving an employer, ask to have the employment verification form filled out and keep that in your folder. Otherwise, it can be challenging to track down a previous employer who's moved or gone out of business and try to get your employment verified. I feel good about staying current with my continuing education and keeping track of the required number of CCP units each year. I enter the information at least annually. By doing that, I don't have to worry at the end of the certification cycle about whether I have enough. If you have any questions about CCP or AMTrax, contact the AMT office. Customer service representatives are there for you via phone Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. Or if you email them, they get back to you quickly. Thanks for watching.